Hello, I'm Scuba here with your LFA fighter, Steve Collins, ahead of his upcoming LFA 231 fight against Cole Faust. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. How about you?
I'm doing good. And how are you feeling ahead of this fight?
I'm feeling fantastic. I'm just a little sleepy um at this hour right now. It's like my napping time, but I haven't quite gotten to a nap yet because I've been doing stuff, like just house stuff.
Yeah.
I got my son here. He's hungry, so just
And
tired a little bit.
and how are you feeling ahead of this fight? What do you feel like your main strength is coming into this battle?
My main strength,
Yeah.
I feel like my main strength coming to this battle is my speed and the way I pick my shots, my
Yeah.
speed and the way I pick my shots, and also my wrestling. I feel like my wrestling is going to be very strong in this fight.
And you just need to take a look at your last fight just to show your ability. You're up against a tough opponent and you got him out there in the first round. How do you feel like that fight went for you?
Man, that one, I thought he would have lasted a little longer than that. I mean, I totally did not expect him to ball up like that. Um, I didn't expect him to quit. Honestly, I mean that surprised me. I kind of got emotional at the end of the fight because I had like a tough camp. My girl was pregnant.
Yeah,
You know, going through stuff in life. Um, but yeah, that surprised me, bro. Like that surprises the fuck out of me that he like quit like that. I thought he would have fought a little harder.
and how much better is the win knowing that you have had a tough camp, you're having to deal with stuff outside of fight camp, like obviously you're expecting the child. How much, when you put that all together and then you get your hand raised with a fantastic stoppage like that, how good was that?
Man, that was the best feeling ever, man. It was the best feeling ever. I can't even explain it, bro. It just felt so good. My work paid off. I could go home. I'm a winner. Go kiss my girl. Get ready to have the baby.
Yeah,
So it was just so perfect. I won a fight. We had the baby. And now I'm getting back ready for another fight. So it
exactly.
was
You've not
great.
really taken too much time out. This is about like a 5 month gap, but you obviously it was end of November. You have the Christmas time. You got the New Year's. Is this kind of the speed that you were wanting to go on? Because just take a look at your track record last year. You did have a fight in June. You were trying to get a fight before that November card. Unfortunately, opponents dropped out. But is this kind of the pacing you're liking to have?
Oh yes, this pace, I like this pace a lot. It allows me to enjoy the holidays
Yeah,
also. Because even when if I have a fight after Thanksgiving, I can still kind of eat a little bit. I just can't eat like too much. I just eat like one plate, so it's not that bad. And I feel like it definitely gives my body rest because like taking these months off definitely gave me rest and gave me a nice reset. And I'm ready to just get like 3 or 4 more this year.
so if you just look at your record, you turned pro back in August 2023. So that's about 3.5 years you've been a pro, and you're going into potentially come 7-0 after this fight. So you are really fighting at a very active level, which must, for the UFC, they must like that as a prospect to have someone who is reliable and is able to get matched up quite quickly.
Yes, I think that's something that the UFC likes. I decided to keep a high pace because of the way John Jones did it when
Yeah,
he was a pro, when he was coming up. Um, and if I'm active in the UFC, I'm getting paid. So
exactly. And you'd not like to waste around. I think it was like your last couple of fights have all been you've always gone into the first round and finish, apart from your couple of positions, your 3 wins by knockout, 3 first round finishes. What has it been that kind of elevated in your game to kind of produce this? Because you kind of went your first couple of fights, they were decision fights, but they have now moved into the knockouts.
Um, what did I change? Excuse me, sir. Um, I don't know. Maybe my demeanor as I go into the cage. Or I think it's my confidence. My confidence for sure. After having a battle at LFA 200, my confidence just like skyrocketed after that. That battle with Kelton Sneeve, that that pushed me. And then after that fight, it just made me just run through everybody else.
And how good was it to be part of like the 200 card? Because obviously the 200 show it is kind of a special occasion, nice round number. How good was it to be part of that celebration?
It was great. I feel like I was a part of history. Um, and it was a very big event. Like, there was a lot of people there. It was
Yeah,
huge. It was sold out. The room was shaking after our fight. Like, we had a standing ovation. Like, and now I'm going back to that same spot. I'm going back to Minnesota, same arena. And now, like, I'm fighting on the card. He's fighting on the card. He got two teammates fighting on the card, I think. And it's gonna be a great card. Even the guy that I fought as an amateur when I won amateur belt, his name is Milan Bodokovic. Something like, I know I'm butchering his last name, but Milan something like that. And and I fought him, and we went all 5 rounds.
it feels like a
So
split decision victory for yourself.
yeah, split, yeah. hmm So
And
this is gonna be great. Gonna be a great card.
and you've kind of found your home now at LFA. This is going to be your fifth fight with them. How good has it been so early in your fighting career? I think it's like your third professional fight. You were in that Fury, not LFA cage. How good has it been to find that promotion very early on?
It's been good, man. I've been feeling like they've been treating me very well at LFA. Um, gave me a few tough fights and tested me, and I passed all the tests. So hopefully they keep testing me and I keep winning and I move on to the next level.
And
And I
LFA are starting to move into that new era now. Obviously, they have moved away from the UFC Fight Pass and have gone on to Vice. What do you feel like this change will be able? How do you feel like that's going to elevate the brand?
mm, honestly, bro, I don't know too much about Vice TV. I heard of them before. I
Yeah.
don't know too much about them. So I don't know. Maybe it'll elevate it. Maybe it won't. Well, I feel like it will, honestly, because everybody didn't want to get UFC Fight Pass, but I don't know. That question, I'm not sure.
And what is next for you after this fight? After you get the victory, you get the stoppage. What are you wanting? How quickly are you wanting to turn around?
Um, ASAP. As soon as I can. The next following card, if I can. I want to get three fights out the way this summer.
And do you feel like if you are able to, once you get the stoppage here, you get on hopefully an hour stoppage in the next fight after that? Do you feel like you're kind of now starting to become UFC ready now?
Mm, honestly, I feel I'm UFC ready now. It's just a matter of when I'm gonna go, when
Yeah.
someone is gonna catch their eye and say, "Oh, Scuba Steve looks ready," type. Um, but until then, I'm gonna just keep on performing. Like, I train every fight like it's a UFC fight, and I've been doing it ever since I was amateur.
And you didn't really look at your opponents when you were growing up. They have always been that next level. You're kind of look at your next one. That was your toughest fight to date. You look at the one before that. At that point, that was your toughest fight to date. Do you feel like that is just how you should be going through the fight game? Is always getting that next opponent, which is better than your last. I know there is some fighters out there on the regional scene who kind of like to pick and choose who they like to fight.
Yeah, see me, I'm not on the pick and choose side.
Yeah.
I like to. I kind of gotta a Dragon Ball Z mindset with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like the more powerful guys I beat, the more powerful I become. And then in that, you got them guys that pick their fights. Guys going to be scared to fight me. The guys that pick their fights. Not real fighters are going to fight. So, and that's just how my coach and my team went about this whole thing. Like we said we just gonna fight who the fuck ever. You know what I'm saying? So and that's how I got to this position now.
And I mean, if you think about it, it doesn't really help their development if you do just pick and choose. Because obviously, you're going in there with the tough guys, you're learning, you're getting these fights, you're getting these rounds in. Whereas when these people that pick and choose, they get into that next level, the UFC, you just get found out. They go in there, they get knocked out in the first round, and it's back to square one. At least by the time you're in the UFC, you'll have these hard rounds in these regional scenes, and you will have built up how to overcome it.
Facts, 100%. It does not help them. It does like if you're used to going there and fighting cans your whole professional career, and then you go to the UFC and it's someone that's probably not even the best, but they fought better guys than
Yeah.
you, they can possibly beat you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you need to test yourself and you need to know if you can really do it or not before you step on the UFC scene anyway.
Yeah.
Before you step on UFC, PFL, before you step on any big time scene, you want to make sure you can do it. You know what I'm saying? And me, I want to prove to myself that I could do it at the highest level at this level. So then if I could do it at the highest level at this level, when I get to the UFC, I can for sure do it at their bottom tier level until I make it to the middle, you know. Or maybe I might start off right at the middle, or maybe I might start off on top of the division. You never know.
I mean, Ilya, if you want a challenge, we can get Steve in there. Steve versus Ilya for the lightweight title. But how do you kind of rate the lightweight division so far in that UFC?
Like the whole division.
Yeah,
I like it. I feel like Islam should have fought Ilya and not fought Duplessis.
JDM.
Yeah. I don't think he should have fought him. I feel like the other day I was watching. No, Islam was supposed to fight Ron. I mean, Armin, right? And
Yeah,
he went up and fought JDM.
yeah, Jadil Madala.
Yeah. So I was watching they first fight and them fighting, and Armin was giving him some trouble, some real trouble in that fight they had. So I feel like Islam didn't want them problems at that time. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to have a tough fight like that at that time because the fight was close.
Exactly. And speaking about Armin, as a fighter, how do you keep the mentality of keep going for the fight? Because obviously he has done on that big winning run, and he has kind of performance-wise anyway, he deserves that title shot next in the UFC. However, do you feel like his antics of obviously headbutting um, Dan Hooker on the face off, having that altercation with the fan, do you feel like his off the fight antics are what's keep holding him back from getting that title shot?
Maybe because they want a certain type of image for a champion. Maybe, um, but I don't know. If someone says yes to fight him while he's just doing all of these things, then maybe not. But I'm not sure on that part because he's like kind of like because he's also been competing a lot in other things.
Yeah.
So
Um,
maybe.
and what do you make of his so-called cyclists, like his grappling matches and that? Do you feel like that is a good way of just staying fighter ready? Because obviously you have to keep good weight, you have to keep in that fighting mindset in the grappling matches.
Yes, sir. I feel like those help you stay in shape, like you said. It helps you stay, in a fighter mindset.
Yeah,
It helps you get reps also,
yeah,
So I feel like that's gonna prepare him for his next fight. Like he's gonna be like I watched some of his old fights, and he looked sharp, and now he looked even better. It's just like crazy how good he like how he was so good back then, and now he's even better. It's just crazy. Like I feel like I want to start doing grappling matches more, because I have never did one.
Yeah.
And so I want to start doing them just cause just to have some fun and go and compete.
So you've heard it here now. If you've got a grappling match coming up, hook your boy up and he'll come on, he'll get the
Give
victory.
me, hey, I can have some fun, man. Get a real naked choke.
And how do you kind of handle obviously you can do as much sparring as you can in the gym, but obviously it is different come fight night because you have got another person other end of the cage looking to take your head off. How do you kind of compose yourself and get yourself into the mindset from sparring to fight night?
So the way I kind of compose myself, so as I wake up, I do my shakeout where I push for 3 5 minute rounds, like I'm fighting on the pads with my coach, and then I run sprints and like that kind of like level out some of the nerves, knowing that I'm prepared.
Yeah,
And then as I get closer to the time of me going to the venue, I just keep talking to myself and telling myself that, I put the work in, that I'm great, that I'm supposed to be here. I'm meant to be here. He's not better than me. He can't beat me. Can no one man beat me. I say stuff like that. I also, talk to God a lot. So I say, uh, I'm thankful for, you giving me these abilities and giving me the
yeah,
ability to go out here and perform. And I listen to Eric Thomas, motivational, inspirational YouTube stuff from like when I was in high school, from like football motivational stuff, just to keep my mind, focused. And then as I get to the ring, the confidence level is moving up and down. Like if you feeling real confident, then you feeling less confident. The my plan is to make sure I'm in the middle. By the time I walk in the cage, I'm in the middle. So the whole day is doing this. The
yeah.
whole fucking day. The whole day you eating breakfast, you talking to your family, people texting you, and then as you get closer to the cage, just start to slow down. So my goal is to when I walk in the cage, it's here. So
That sounds great. And which fight has you have so far? Which has been your most difficult in there?
mm, most difficult. I feel like I was the most nervous in Louisville, Kentucky, because the venue was kind of big and like they had us on like a big like walkway type of thing and it had me like up. I'm like, damn, kind of nervous, man. This is huge in here, man. It was like a hockey arena or something like that. But it was nice. So um, but hardest time in the cage had to be with Kelton Sneed. But for
Yeah.
some reason, I wasn't nervous. I think I wasn't nervous because I knew what I was getting myself into. I wasn't that nervous. I seen Kelton before lots of times because we fought in the same car before. So maybe that's why I wasn't nervous because I kind of like knew the person. Not knew him, but knew him. But the toughest time in the cage was definitely with him. But the most nerves was in Kentucky when I got
And
that slam victory.
and how much are you in part of that planning stage? Because obviously some fighters like to leave it to the coaches, some fighters like to get involved in coming up with that plan. Where do you kind of fall into that part?
Planned for what, the fight?
The fight.
Um, I plan. I come up with the game plan. Me and the guys in the gym. My head coach Dan, he'll give his pointers on like, because he'll play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
So then that way I'm prepared for the worst. And then my coach Bo, he tell me what what I'm doing good and like what works, what's working, because me and him spar a lot. Dan don't spar no more. He's just, a coach. But me and Bo we sparring all the time, so he tell me what I'm good at, and he hold pass on me and show me like stuff that I have that I work in a fight, and me and him come up with like the scheme together.
Yeah.
So then the whole time, the whole last 4 weeks, we practicing this scheme over and over again. So then by the time I get into the cage, I'm doing it effortlessly. Like I'm not even thinking about what I'm doing. Like at first and backstage, I'm saying it in my head, and then when I get to the cage, I don't have to say it in my head no more. I'm just doing it.
And do you feel like that kind of helps from like your football days?
Yes, yes, because football, I was big on film, right? And I always
Yeah.
analyze my opponents. I have to analyze the offensive line to the quarterback to the running back. Um, and watching one person, it's just so easy to pick up one person, to like like it was easy for me to pick one person apart. So making a game plan is was so easy. Like my first amateur fight, it was so easy because I knew how to do it for football. Like I was the Mike
Yeah.
linebacker. Like I was the quarterback of the defense. You know what I'm saying? So it was easy. Yeah.
And how did that nickname come about? Where did Scuba come from?
Um, so it came from my homie Skyler. He's a white guy. Um, we was in a gym and it was like a hot summer day. We had the garage open up and the gym let some air in, and we had just got done rolling, and like I was sweaty, like dripping, like my suit, my shorts look like I hopped in the tub, my shirt looks like I hopped in the pool, and I'm just walking, and my footsteps is leaving prints in the mat, but like in the prints is puddles of sweat. So the guy Skyler, my homie, he say Scuba Steve, and then everybody was like, "Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That one gonna stay."
And it has stayed. You've now got it as your professional nickname. Can't wait to hear Bruce Buffer announce that in the cage.
Me neither. I can't wait. I know he gonna say it with a twist.
Well, can't wait to see you go out there and get the victory. Make sure you guys tune in to LFA 231 on April the 17th, and you can see Steve get another further stoppage. Is there anything you'd like to add or anyone you want to shout out today?
I want to shout out my family. Shout out my whole G2 team, Talents Boxing. I want to shout out my girl, my kids, um, and everyone that helps me in the whole process of this whole fighting thing because it takes a village. So yeah,
We can't wait to see you get another victory, get another stoppage. And remember, any grappling events coming out there, make sure you hit him up. Thank you for coming
yes,
on.
sir.